When you realised this, what were some of the worst case scenarios you could imagine happening at the time?
Oh well, cars swerving on the footpath, cars swerving on the oncoming traffic. Those are like life and death situations.
It seems apparent that perhaps Elon Musk personally knows about these concerns. Do you think he cares?
Doesn't look like it.
Are there other whistleblowers like yourself in Tesla still, you think, that are too worried to speak out?
Of course,
Or people
I
who
believe
understand?
so. I believe so. And I'm worried about them.
In 2019, a technician working at a Tesla factory in Norway personally put out a fire that nearly burned down the whole facility. The next day, he received an email from Elon Musk thanking him for saving the day. But now, Łukasz Kropsby said he was threatened, intimidated, and eventually fired after complaining about what he considered grave safety problems. This week, he leaked thousands of documents, including accident reports, to the BBC, citing concerns about the safety of Tesla's autopilot system, which, he said, the company has tried to sweep under the carpet. Now, Elon Musk has notoriously responded harshly to whistleblowers in the past, but today, Łukasz spoke for the first time on camera to Byline TV about his experiences and concerns about Elon Musk and his management of one of the world's largest social media companies, X.
How have the last 24 hours been for you?
It was intense. It's a relief in a way.
What's the main thing you wanted the world to know about what you discussed?
The biggest concern to me is the company culture. Culture of retaliation, falsifying minutes of the meetings, so we don't have records, creating narratives against employees who are raising concerns. If there's a pattern of that, other employees see that their colleagues are being retaliated, then they're not going to raise anything. Especially if you consider autopilot safety, we need to have this team who is working on it feeling safe that they can speak about openly issues.
What do you think is going to happen next?
It's difficult for me to say. I have ongoing litigation with Tesla. Elon Musk is also recently very impulsive. I feel like he's having difficult situation. I'm not sure what's happening, so he might fire something on me. But I mean, I'm sorry for what he's experiencing, but he's the person who should ultimately take responsibility of what his company is doing.
Well, what you just said is that one of the most wealthy, powerful people in the world could take retaliation against you. How does it feel saying that out loud? Are you worried now?
When I sit with my team supporting me, I feel good. I mean, I feel safe. But I'm sure that if I go home, be alone, I might get scared or lonely and doubting myself.
For how long have you been living like this?
I believe that's since Tesla wanted to fire me in 2019. It's slightly improved after that process was stopped and the manager who directly took actions against me was terminated. But then it just went to different level, each step by step.
And what do you think is going to happen next?
Maybe amplify the retaliation, maybe criminal charges, maybe civil suits for damages.
You were quoted saying that it's almost as if Tesla are experimenting on public roads. What does that mean?
That means that a software is not ready. Tesla admits that. It's level 2, it's beta, which is absurd that they even charge money for that, $15,000 in US. They call it full self-driving. How can you call full self-driving if it's not full self-driving? So there's various concerns, but to the point of safety, untrained personnel are using this software on public roads, and we don't know how people react when something unexpected happens with this software. Some people might get paralyzed because suddenly you have to switch off from this comfort zone, driving safety. If you wake up, some people will take action immediately, others might freeze, others might do something unexpected and jerk the car towards oncoming traffic or the footpath. So there's the whole spectrum. But if you are trained, if you're an expert, if you do it, if you know what to pay attention to, then it's different. Like that's how other software is being prepared, I believe, in Waymo, Cruise. Also, they have state-of-the-art sensors set, not 2-megapixel cameras technology from 15 years ago. They have actual sensors, LiDAR. It knows exactly, there's an obstacle there. It's not guessing. There's obstacle there, clearly there, because the signal went there, came back in this period of time, so I know it's there.
So you said the software and the hardware basically wasn't ready when those cars were put on the road, when Tesla cars went on the road?
I believe so. I don't think any software update will help you when you have low-resolution cameras. Physically, the camera which is looking to the left or right, to the side, so it's assessing if there is a traffic coming left or right. It's placed just behind your shoulder. So imagine, how many times you have to come and lean maybe and see if there's traffic coming. So physically that camera might never be able to see what's coming left or right, and the car will have to creep forward up to the point it's on the lane and the other traffic might impact you.
And you highlighted some issues with stopping and starting.
So phantom braking is a situation when software might recognize a shadow as a real obstacle, and that triggers very hard braking on motorway when people behind you don't expect that. They just maybe will try to avoid you by, again, going off the road or hitting you, and then it may end up a really hard crash. And it happened before in some tunnel, I believe, in US.
So when you realized this, what were some of the worst case scenarios you could imagine happening at the time?
Oh, well, I think what I mentioned before. Cars swerving on the footpath, cars swerving on the oncoming traffic. Those are like life and death situations. And then obviously crashing onto other car and then pile up.
And have these things happened since?
Some of them, yes.
It seems apparent that perhaps Elon Musk personally knows about these concerns. Do you think he cares?
Doesn't look like it. If he would really care about saving the light of consciousness and humanity, you take it one person at a time. And you don't treat people who work for you, who have contracts, who are loyal, as your enemies. You don't try to harm them when they raise important concerns.
So Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, he's renamed it to X. What do you think about the way he's running that site?
Oh, that brings me immediately to the data protection concerns. I'm not sure if you heard about this. There's this FTC situation with Twitter, what Mr. Musk did. He brought unauthorized personnel to the servers in Sacramento, I believe. Those people, unvetted, they moved servers on some trucks, and it's been sent like 1,000 kilometers north, those servers with unencrypted data, north to different location. And if you think about it, on those servers, there's unencrypted data of hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of people, I don't know, DMs of important celebrities, politicians. How safe is that? If that truck gets into major accident and some hard drives just end up on the road, is it responsible? They're supposed to be wiped, and he was aware of that, the hard drives, I mean.
So you've highlighted concerns about public safety with Tesla's car systems all under the umbrella of Elon Musk, and you said that he probably doesn't really care about this. Do you think under his direction that X has become a danger to public discourse?
Unfortunately, I believe so. And we can see that with this Twitter situation, many employees were put in the position, you have to do this or you're getting fired. And how do we know that Tesla autopilot team is not treated the same way? And again, if you've seen one person who had courage to raise these issues and being retaliated, you will not raise these issues again. You will become a yes man. If you wanted to know, yes, I will do it. No, everything is fine. Next month we're gonna release another update. That's what I'm afraid of.
Are there other whistleblowers like yourself in Tesla still, you think, that are too worried to speak out?
Of course, I believe so. I believe so. And I'm worried about them because it causes so much internal conflict what to do. Because if you do anything, it might not only harm you. If you really care about the company, then essentially it might harm the company as well, ultimately. It's like, I believe there's so much hard-working, motivated people. I would never want them to, you know, I don't know, just, yeah.
Do you think after your interview, and now that it's the most read story on BBC News today, that it might inspire other people to speak out, maybe people working at X, people working at Tesla?
I hope that maybe they will feel safer. I'm not the only person who was retaliated by Tesla, and there are people like Carl Hansen, Christina Balan, who lost their careers, they were terminated, and they are stuck with arbitration agreements in US.
So a few years ago, data overtook oil in its value, and Elon Musk has expanded his ventures into Starlink, into much more into tech, into AI, into data. What's his end goal? What do you think he's planning to do with all of this?
I guess power is addictive. Maybe he's just being driven by power, control of narratives, rewriting history like he did with original founders. He tried to present himself as a co-founder, but degraded them. I'm feeling sorry for them because those are the people who actually started Tesla, the movement, the idea, the plan.
It's time now for our chart of the day, looking at Tesla's labor disputes. I mean, when you look at the Swedish arm, this union, they've already been on strike for 6 weeks. So
for the first time, what we're seeing in Sweden is, and it's potentially spreading, are these strikes and unionization forming around Tesla. People, you know, starting to come up against what's going on. What do you think when you see that happen? Are you hopeful? Do you think it's going to spread?
Yes, that brings me hope that I'm not alone, and some people are responsible and have strength to stand up against a big organization. I was cheerleading them, like, guys, yes, fight for your rights, because alone is much harder to stand up against a giant.
WooCast was one of the winners of this year's Blueprint Whistleblower Prizes 2023. To find out more about their work and the other winners, check out their website on the link below.